welcome everybody to today's Techy Tuesday. Today,
Hello.
our topic is Mote, and it is being brought to you by
Welcome everybody.
Heather White, who is our tech facilitator here on campus. And we are super excited to hear a little bit more about Mote and how you can use it in your classroom.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the chat. Keep in mind that this recording will stay here forever. So if you're tuning in later, thanks for tuning in. We do have a link to a handout that we will be sharing with you. It's also in the notes down at the bottom, and a code for you to get a couple of little extra days, maybe 30 to 60 days of the premium subscription to Mote. But we'll share those in a moment. Now, to kind of get started and explain to you what Mote is. Mote is a Google Chrome extension. Okay, so it's just an extension that you add to your Chrome bar. And if you look over here in the upper right-hand corner, you can see the little purple M. And it is a way to use voice notes to save time and build relationships. So you can use these voice notes across many platforms. When it first started, it was actually built into Google Classroom. And then it just kind of expanded from there. You can find it in your slides, you can find it in your Gmail, and now they have what's known as Notepad. So you can create your voice note and share that link and save it with anyone. Save it with anyone. Save it and share it with anyone. There we go. Okay, so to get started, this is the handout, and Nikki is going to drop that. Oh, she already did. She's so with it. I love it. You can visit the Chrome store by clicking this link right here. Or if you click this one right here, it is a referral link and it will get you a little extended trial. Mote is, again, another freemium app. The paid versions give you a little bit more time to record your voice notes. They give you 90 seconds. The free version gives you 30 seconds. There are a couple of extra features that you can get with a paid version, but again, you can use this with a free version and be effective with, I think it's maybe $35 for a year. So if this is something that you think would be very beneficial, I would definitely look into, getting some money, maybe a Donors Choose, maybe your school, or even if you wanted to, funding it for yourself. So the first time when you download it, you will have to log in. In this little video right here, I'm not going to play it right now. You can watch it later, but it will kind of show you and walk you through the steps. You will indicate that you are over 18, so you can use this extension. It basically will ask you, are you a student just using the extension? It won't collect data, create an account, and those sorts of things. So you can use this with students doing their own voice notes as well. You would sign in with your Google credentials, and then it'll kind of go through and explain all of the features at a glance. You can go to their YouTube channel and they will go through and show you lots of things that you can do in their Mote Minutes, which is quick little videos in less than 1 minute. All right, so how do you use it? Well, you can tap on the Mote icon right here and get started by recording a voice Mote, and it will go to your Notepad. But I do want to show you how to use it in your Google Classroom first. So right here, I have a test class where I have sent out a few different assignments. And when we click on it, we can go and we can see the one student that has turned in their story. So again, when you want to grade, you can click on the assignment, and you can read what the student wrote. So the assignment was for them to write a story about a little leprechaun. This was an elementary student, so you can see that they went for big and bold and fun colors, and then they switched their font and they went into a sort of like handwriting font. And then we have some, misspellings. We've got, some not capitalized letters. We do not have all of the parts of the story as they were asked to have. This is where you will go in and you will add your comments to tell them what you want to fix. You do it by clicking on your comment. Okay, so right here, you can do a private comment, or I could come over here and I could highlight the exact spot that I want them to and click on the comment right here. Now let me close this to the side. When you do the comment box, you will see that the little Mote icon pops up for you. All you have to do is click on it to record your note. Please remember when we do titles that we do not need to use quite such a large font, and we need to make sure that we are using a color that is friendly to all of the eyes. This one's a little bright. If you wish to use green, try to go more with a traditional green color. When you are done, you click the done, and then right here, you can click comment. Now, when you do that, it creates what's known as a Mote card, and it tells you who left the voice note, and it tells you how long that note is. Students will see this in their comments, and all they have to do is click on the play button to hear their note. And it did not play very loud. I don't know if it just did not connect my my voice or not, but what we can do is we can come through here and we can actually get a transcript as well by clicking on the 3 dots right here. And once you do that, it will listen to, turn that up a little. Nikki, can you hear it? Okay, I didn't think so. I don't know why it is not recording, other than maybe it's not picking up my microphone. Let me go make sure my settings are picking up my correct microphone. Okay, question, does it open in a different window or does it stay on the Google Slider dock? It stays right there, because what it does is it is going to create that card for you. And when it does, that card is going to stay kind of in that comment box right there. Google Slides, you can actually embed it directly in there. And then that way, what you can do is the students just have to click on it. It is not going to direct them out of that window into another window like some of the other ones do. So that's kind of a nice thing because the students aren't going to different places. Okay, so I'm going to disable it and enable it, and hopefully that will help with why it is not playing. We're going to try to do another one. Okay, so let's come over here and let's look what it says. Annie and Fancy spent all of their time searching for leaf clovers. So she was trying to say 4 leaf clovers. So if I come over here, again, if I click and I click add comment, all right, I can just click right here and it is recording for me. And what I want to say is make sure that it is leaf, L-E-A-F. When I am done, press done. Okay, if I want to kind of make sure that it was correct, I can edit my transcript, download it and see if it makes a difference. For some reason, it's not wanting to play in there. And I don't know if it's because we have so many things going on or if it's just not liking my microphone. And if that is the case, I'm just going to click off of this microphone and start using the one on my computer instead.
I think it has to do with the fact that we're already using it to do StreamYard. So
I think so too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change and see if it makes a difference. Because I want them to be able to hear it. Mm-hmm. So let's see if I do just the default one for my computer. Mm-hmm. Okay, can you still hear me when I'm talking? Okay. All right, we're going to try this one more time. And if not, I'm really sorry that you cannot hear the comments that we're doing. That kind of defeats the whole purpose, but we'll figure it out. All right, so one day they saw the most perfect rainbow in the sky. Fancy the unicorn sprouted wings so that she and Annie could chase it and find the pot of gold at the end. They flew and finally found the pot of gold. Okay, so the assignment was to make sure that you are using all parts of a plot structure, and that was a pretty basic story. So I might put in here, hey, you know, you didn't quite follow all of the parts of the plot structure. Make sure, let's go back and add some details. So let's try this one more time. I noticed that you did not follow all of the parts of the plot structure. Please go back and add more details. Okay, you click comment, it's stored there, and then fingers crossed, let's see if it lets you listen. And it doesn't. That's disappointing. But that is how it works. Okay, so what you're going to do is you will be able to play it. The students click play. They listen to what you're saying. Okay, if you want, what you can do is it will do your transcript, and then you can also translate it. This is huge for your English language learners. So any comment that you're leaving, you can also take that text and translate it into all of these different languages. And then you could also post whatever it is. So notice it says that I left a note. It's not pulling my content here. But what you could do is you could copy and then open another comment in the same spot and just, let's say we're going to put it right here, highlight the area, click add comment, and then you could just put what that text was in that comment box as well. It's not going to translate your voice, but it will translate the transcript that you can grab from there. Okay, another common thing, something that you could do is, you know how you've got your comment bank? You could actually do voice notes in your comment bank. If you find that you're saying the same corrections a lot of times, like please make sure you have all of the beginning of your sentence capitalized, or I need you to check your subject verb agreement. You can add these to your comment bank and then just share those out. You don't have to record them every single time. And so that's kind of a cool way of using that as well. Okie dokie. So let's take a look. If we were to just come in here and want to, again, we can just view the assignment that was done. We could leave one private comment to a student in Google Classroom doing this way. Your story was very cute. Please go back and read any of the comments that I have left on it, make corrections, and resubmit. So again, they would be able to click right here to hear whatever it was that I left. All I have to do is send it to them, and it is not going to direct them out of this browser window. They're going to be able to actually see it in the browser window right there. And then that way you don't have to worry about them navigating to other websites. Okie dokie. Let's look at our next assignment. Click here. So same thing. I'm going to look at this student's work right here, and this was done on a Jamboard. And again, it is a St. Patrick's Day theme here. It's March. I couldn't help myself. You can take the elementary teacher out of the class, but you cannot take the elementary out of the teacher. All right, so this one right here, what they were to do is they were to pull coins from the pot, and then they were to figure out what the total amount was. Okay, so they've got 10 here, 5 here, 5 here, and then 20 cents. So I'm going to open this up into Jamboard so we can actually go and look at all of the different slides. Since Mote is not built into Jamboard, in order for me to be able to leave a voice comment, I am going to have to use the Mote pad. Now, to get to the Mote pad, I would click right here on that little extension icon, and then just click here to record a voice note. So any corrections that I might want to give this student, if you look here, 25, 35, and then they mistook this quarter for a nickel. You might want to go in here and tell them again, you know, please go and take a look at that last coin you have there. It is not a nickel. That is the only hint that I'm going to give you. Fix it and resubmit. Okay, so now I've got this copied to my clipboard. What I can do is I can then put a sticky note on my student's work. Okay, I'm going to copy this link first, and I can get all of my Motes by going to my recent Motes. I'm going to copy this last one is the one I just did. I'm going to put my sticky note there, and I'm just going to do that right there. Now, let me make it a little bit bigger for the student. So when the student goes to do it, let me hit enter so it'll hyperlink that. In Jamboard, though, because it's not going to create that text for them, kind of like that little card, they are going to have to copy and paste that into a different window. Sometimes it will autoplay for you. Let me do a text box there. If it's not clickable, they will have to copy paste it and go to a different place. Places like Word, Slides, those other ones will have a clickable link, so it will just play right there for you. All right, let's come back here. All right, so let's take a look at this activity that I created. Well, I didn't create it, I got it from somebody, but I added some stuff and then I put it into classwork. So I cannot take credit for this idea here. This one was not mine, but I did use it. Right here, what they were supposed to do is click on and add 3 facts to each box about the planets. Let's say I wanted to provide voice directions. I could do that right here with the Mote. You'll have to create and give it more permissions to do it the very first time that you do it, okay? You'll have to sign in with Google. And so this is sort of the steps that you go through. And give it, say, yes, you can do that, and I'm giving you permission to do that. And what it's doing is it's just saying, yeah, I have no problem with you viewing my slides and then making the changes that you need to. So once you have that, you can come back and you can press on the Mote. Click here to start. For each of the 8 planets, I want you to type in 3 facts that you found during your research. Make sure to number them and use proper grammar. Oh, I clicked the X and not the other thing, sorry. For each of the planets, make sure you give me 9 facts. Not 9 facts, 3 facts for each. Click that when you're done, not the X, sorry about that. What it's going to do is then you can listen to it. Let's see if it'll play. Nope. But what you do is you click insert. It is going to insert an icon that when the students click on the icon, it will play your voice for them. And it just abracadabra. I kind of like that they did that. That was very funny of them. Notice it says creating audio. So this is really cool because Google Slides has had for a while the ability for you to insert audio, but it was kind of a chore. You either had to record your audio outside, save the file, put it in your Google Drive, and then upload it into it that way, or use a different service where you could go and get a link and then put the link in. You could hyperlink to different things. Now, the nice thing about this is that you don't have to navigate out, and it gives you this little icon right here. Notice it puts it right here. Students would just have to press that play button in order to be able to hear it. If you wanted to make it look like something different, you could click on this, and if you click on replace image, you could search in your drive for an image. You could search in your photos. You could go and search the web for an image if you wanted it to be something different. You can change the color of it by clicking on recolor. I don't want it that gray color. Let's say I want it this white with this really pretty yellow. Okay, no, don't like the way that looks. Come over here, so you can change that up a little bit, which is a really nice thing. Another really cool thing is if you wanted to do an activity where you maybe have hidden hotspots for the audio, you could even come down and, where is, not that one. Under adjustments, where you have your transparency, you could go totally transparent with that, and then it makes it completely invisible. So students would hear the audio when they find the hotspot in the picture that you're having them click on. So that's just a couple of ideas right there for this. This is great for directions. Again, what you could do is when you are done, click on it. Let's see if I click on this one. Over here, sorry, in my Mote pad. Recent Motes. If I click on that, again, I can go to translate. I can pick whatever I want it to be. copy. It'll give you the transcript after it plays it for you. And then you could come down here in your speaker notes and you could add that translated set of directions for your English language learners. You could even just put them down there in English as well. So it gives you a bunch of different options as far as how you can, share those directions with your students. Okay, this one is a really cool one. For those of you that teach upper level math, or not even upper level math, but if you're starting to throw in, like divided by, or you're throwing in your variables, they do have what is known as STEM mode. So what it will do is it will actually recognize math speak and convert it into equations for you. So let's say I was going through and I was grading this and I noticed that this one right here was wrong. Instead of W equal 13, it should have been W equals 3. So I know that the mistake they made was instead of subtracting 5, they were adding 5. What I can do, again, is I can click over here, or I can even do it from my Mote pad if I want to. And then click here. I would like for you to go and take another look at 2B. W plus 5 equals 8. Remember, when you bring something across the equal sign, you have to use the inverse operation. All right, so when you did that, okay, if you go in here and you enable your STEM mode, you can come here, you can look at your transcript, and where you have your transcript, you will actually have a text editor box where it notices anytime you do any kind of math speak, and you can go in there and you can change it if you need to, or it may have picked it up perfectly for you. And then you just drop that in there and they will be able to see that note, but also hear what you're saying as far as math type goes. All right, let me make sure that I've gone through all the little things that I wanted to show you. All right, so again, the Mote pad is when you click on the little Mote icon. If you click on my recent Motes, you can see all of the ones that you have done. Another cool thing is if you click on my activity and engagement, it's going to pull up a dashboard and it will show you all of the comments that you have created. All right, so it'll start from most recent to least recent. The nice thing about this is it will give you some data as far as who noticed or modiced your comment and who unmodiced your comment, meaning they haven't seen it yet. So you can see that data as far as which students are looking at it and which students are not. When it says in Google Classroom, if you had more than one student, it would even list student names as far as who you are sharing these comments with. And you can click on their name and see all of the Mote comments that have been left for them and see whether they've been read or not. So if the student's having difficulty, you can be like, okay, well, I've left you this many comments telling you exactly what to fix, but it looks like you haven't gone and listened to those yet. I need you to go and listen to those and make your corrections. So it does give you that lovely data that you can use to make sure that your students are doing what they're supposed to do. All right, where did my little thing go? Here we are. So Mote pad goes into Mote cards. Here's the ideas again for your ELL students and how to filter as far as students, landing pages, content, so on and so forth. And then here is your STEM mode as well. Unfortunately, since I was using the microphone to do the StreamYard, it wasn't allowing me to specifically show you how it plays. But if you go to their YouTube channel, they will have these specific examples just like I shared, and you will be able to see how that's coming and this how the students can see it. Here is their website as well. Again, I'll show you the different pricing tiers right here. So your free ones, again, you get up to 30 seconds to share. You can create as many motes as you want to. It just is going to be a 30-second one. You can monitor your engagement. You can do emojis. So when that card is shared out, students can share a thumbs up or a smiley face just by clicking on one of the options at the bottom. Kind of like a Facebook-like type thing. If you want the option to voice to text, transcribe, or translate, you do have to have that upgraded unlimited version of it. And it is $40. I said $35. I was close. So $40. If you have a school that really wants to do it, you can get a quote, or you can let me know and I can get you in touch with one of the creators, and they can work with you on a good price for that. But go ahead and give it a try. Click on the link that was shared that will give you about 30 to 60 days of free content at the unlimited tier so that you can spend the rest of your year kind of playing around with that and seeing if it is beneficial for your classroom. I think it's best to try it out and see before you pay for it. And then that way you can see if it's worthwhile, if you find that your students do find that it's beneficial. But that is about it. Again, you can contact me at any time with any questions, heather.white@lpsb.org. And then I hope that it is helpful for you and that you enjoy Mote. And we are here to help.
That was awesome, because I had so many people who were interested in Mote, and I know a lot of teachers are using it. And with my virtual students, their next activity is a Google Slide unit activity. So I'm like, oh, I love having that option to be able to virtually communicate with them and they hear my voice.
Well, and the thing is like they don't want to read the words. And I get that. You know, they got words all the time. So being able to give that voice feedback to them makes it a little bit easier for them to understand. But also it does create that personal connection with the students because they are virtual, you know, so they aren't getting that face-to-face with you as often as the students who are in the classroom with you would. But at least they're getting that personalized feedback through you, through your voice, if you were to use something like this.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you so much, Heather, for today. And we have one more Techy Tuesday coming up next week, and it is on STEM in the virtual classroom. And it will be put on by Karen Perino from North Live Oak Elementary.
Very excited. She's got some new stuff to show y'all. I know that she had contacted me and said she'd found some really cool new sites that allowed you to be very virtual with your STEM stuff in the classroom. So it'll be a fun one. Don't forget to tune in.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.